This is a scary class. We're doing a lot of scary stuff. It's not that scary. It's actually pretty easy and kind of fun, I hope. I hope you're finding some fun in here too. What I want to show you is the stuff that we're supposed to do in exercise 7, a bunch of things that we did today in class. I'm going to make a pile of little videos, go through them, figure it out, ask me if they don't make sense, ask for more help, okay? I'm here for you. So that's the whole point, all right? I am sharing my screen. We're going to go into our friend Illustrator and take a look at what we're supposed to do. It says here in Econ that we're supposed to create an illustration of any kind, 3 name custom swatches, internal blend, blah, blah, blah. Let's make some colors and we'll figure out how that part of it works, and then I'll keep working on the videos. I'm supposed to make a new document, Command N or File New. It says print 8 by 8. I could make lots of other things in here. These are all my recents, right? Of stuff that I've done before. If I want to get into the print menu and check out the other possibilities, they're all there. If it shows up points for you over here, change that back to inches. I am not interested in working in points. They're lovely for type, but they're not so great for projects like this. So I'm going to make that 8 by 8 right there. I'm not going to put a bleed on there. We're not going to use bleed on this particular one. We are going to work in CMYK color because we're creating an illustration for a magazine, and so I want to make sure that it's going to work in that. Other than that, 300 ppi, I do need that level of resolution for magazine information. Create. Brilliant. Okay, I've got menus open over here. I don't need this transform align menu. What I do need is for zoom to get the schmutz out of the way, and I want to get into my swatches menu. Here we are. So right now I've got a white fill, I've got a black stroke on anything that I draw. Okay, this is the standard palette that comes with Adobe Illustrator as a default, and there's a couple of patterns and gradients and things like that down below. And then this one is the grays and this one is the brights. So you might find yourself going, that's okay. I can use all the colors that are here. If you find yourself thinking, I'd like to get more colors, did someone say more colors? Holy crappity schnitzel. So I can get into like color books, earth tones, food colors, kids stuff, textiles, you name it. There's a stack of them down here. You can explore all those all you want. I want to show you, like here, the colors that were popular in the Baroque. And if you like them, you could say, I want to grab this one, for example, and put it into my swatches panel right there. So you can add colors that way. But the one that I'm really interested in showing you is this one. We talked today about color books, the Pantone solid coated. There are colors that are outside the CMYK color gamut. That means the range of colors that you can print inside CMYK. Pantone adds that level of extra color that you can add to a project. So if you find yourself hunting for colors, you might want to go into Pantone. The trouble is these are all spot colors. You see right there, you can kind of see how they all have little spots attached to them. That means that they're going to come out in a separate plate. They're not going to be on the CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black, 4 plates. They're going to be a separate plate. So you don't want to use those unless you're going to run a job with spot plates. But I do want you to know what those are and where they live. But what I'm supposed to do with this is make my own new colors. I'm going to double click my color swatch right there, and then I can bang around inside this color until I get happy. And I find a color there and I go, ooh, that's a pretty color. I like that. Maybe I'll shift it around a little bit. Here's my CMYK formula right there. 59% cyan, no magenta, 33% yellow, and no black. I've got other color menus here, HSB, hue, saturation, brightness, red, green, blue, that's hexadecimal. And then I could get into color swatches in here and mess around with that thing. But I'm gonna go back here. So I've got a new color. Let's say I like that color, okie dokie pokey. So now I've got that color. It shows up here at the top of my swatches menu as my new standard, the default fill color. If I drew something with this, right now it would come up with black stroke. You can see it up there, whoop, and my new teal fill. Okay, so how do I get that to be a named color? I'm going to grab this little fill right here. I'm over in the swatches menu. Let me just zoom in on this thing. I'm going to grab that swatches menu, blow that up and stick it right there. So now it says you've added a color to this standard palette of colors. So I can get into that. If I double click on that or go to options, swatch options, then I get this menu. And you see what it's done is it's given this swatch a name of the formula: 59 cyan, 0 magenta, 33 yellow. I'm going to call it my teal. And I'm going to say it's a process color. That means that it's made out of CMYK for the 4-color process. It's not a spot color like the Pantone numbers that we just looked at. They're not separate inks. So leave it as a process color. My teal, give it a name. You can call it whatever you want. And this is cool. If I make that a global color, then what it will do is say any instance of this color in my entire document, if the swatch gets changed, all those instances get changed as well. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I say okay, and now what I've got, you see there's one color there, my teal, and it's got the little corner snipped off to tell me that it's a global color. So if I grab my little ellipse tool or maybe the polygon tool, I'll grab a polygon tool and say doink, 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 doink. And I draw, like I'm drawing for days on here. And I'm making beautiful, fabulous things. And I finally go after everything. That teal color, I wish I made it differently. That doesn't look great. I'm going to fix it. So I'm going to come up here and say, change my cyan a little bit and get a different color. And I go doink. And every instance of that global color goes bloop. So you got a ton of control over that thing. So that's how you make one custom swatch color. You could make 10 more just like that and fill that up. As I say, you have to do 3 for the exercise 7. Hope that makes sense. I am going to continue making videos. See you later.